What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and today we have a very special video for you. A lot of people aren't too familiar with tarot, and even when offered a tarot reading, they don't really know what questions to ask or how a tarot can apply to their lives. And in today's video, I want to give 10 reasons why you might get a tarot reading. Now, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of readings for getting a tarot reading, but today we're going to focus on 10. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use the tarot to explain itself. You'll see as we go. So I've got 10 tarot cards here, each one representing a different reason why you should get a tarot reading. I'm going to give them a little shuffle just to show that there's no real importance, right? Tarot can help us in all sorts of different ways, and no way is better than any other. So I'm going to give them a little shuffle. I'm going to be using 10 different tarot decks to explain why you should get a tarot reading. The first one is from Druidcraft, and we have, the Eight of Pentacles. Alright, so the Eight of Pentacles is about work, and the tarot can actually help you with a lot of things surrounding your career and or job. If you're looking for a job, the tarot can explain to you, what qualities you need to have to get the best job possible. If you already have a job, it can tell you how to rise in the ranks, what energies you need to embody to get a promotion, or how to make the most of your work situation. It can tell you how you feel about your work and whether or not you need a change of pace. It can tell you, how your career is going, what trajectory it has. It can tell you all sorts of things surrounding the work or career, if you're on the right career path or if you need to change, or how your career path is unfolding before you. So if you have problems at work with other co-workers, the tarot can definitely help you navigate those muddy waters. There's a lot of things surrounding work. I mean, you name it. Any issue that you have surrounding work or career, the tarot can help you and give you insight into how you can move forward in the best possible way. So that is one great way to utilize the tarot, is to figure out just how things are going at work. But this is also about finances too, and if you have any questions about finance, or where you're having blockages to money, or where you're not placing enough time or emphasis in regards to money. So yes, money, work, and career and jobs is all that's one of the major questions that when people come to me for tarot readings is, finances or job related stuff. So that's a great way to utilize the tarot. All right. The second card we're going to look at is from Omega Land, and we have Judgment. So another great way to utilize the tarot is to receive messages from your guides or your angels. Just out of the visible light spectrum, each and every one of us has a support group, and these people are constantly, always watching over us and trying to communicate with us to help guide us on the right path. And for most of us, we can't really perceive these guides. We can't see them, hear them, feel them, right? So a great way to actually learn about what they're trying to help you with and learn about how they fit into your life is through the tarot, because they can speak to us through the tarot cards, and they can give us messages through the tarot. We can use the tarot to learn about what our guides are trying to help us with and how we can better communicate with them and better perceive them. Also, angels as well, and how they're influencing our life and what part they play. I mean, there's a bunch of angel decks out there just specifically designed to communicate with angels. And so this is a great way to kind of speak to the higher realms and allow them to speak to us through these cards and give us these messages in a very clear way, because a lot of the time the messages from our guides are just so hard to decipher. They'll give us numbers and we got to figure out what they mean, and all sorts of, they come to us in our dreams and we're not really sure about our dreams. This is another great way to utilize the tarot, is dream work. And whenever I have a dream that I don't understand, I'll immediately go to the tarot, and the tarot will explain to me what that dream was about, what I need to learn from it, and how I could make changes to make integrate that dream into my knowledge and my understanding. So tarot has got so many applications. We're only half or two through. There's 8 more to go. All right, the next one is from the Thelema Tarot, and we have Temperance. And the Temperance here represents energy checks. And what I mean by that is we can use the tarot to check in on what kind of energies are swirling around us. So for instance, at the time of a full moon, I will do a full moon reading for myself and for clients. And this full moon reading, just takes a snapshot of the current energies that are, imparted upon us, and it lets us know how we can use these energies to ride those waves, or avoid potential pitfalls because of these energies. Also, energy checks, at the time of the new moon, the time of eclipses, which is happening as I'm filming this. Also, we can do energy checks. What I like to do is a daily reading, and every night before I go to bed, I'll ask the tarot what the universe has in store for me in the next day, and I'll journal that, and throughout the day I'll look back on the journal and get little insights into what's going on in my life, and understand how to navigate the day in the best way possible. So energy checks are great. There's also general readings just to check in on how your energy is and the energy of the people around you, and we can use this information to put our own energies into the right place at the right time, so that we can really move forward in a very productive way. So that's another great way to utilize the tarot. Next, we have the mystical tarot, and this is Empress. This to me is about physical health. The Empress is about a motherly, when you were a kid and you fell off your bike and you got a boo-boo, who did you go to? You went to your mother, and she would kiss it and then put iodine and it would hurt, but then she would put a band-aid and kiss it again. And we were so grateful for our mothers, because not only did they physically heal us, but they also mentally and emotionally healed us when we got our little boo-boos. And I think that's what tarot can do as well. It acts as a mother. So if you're feeling any physical problems in your life, the tarot can help you learn how you manifested those problems, how those problems came into your life because of something that's energetically inside of you. And that's what medical science doesn't understand. They understand why, they understand how disease or illness occurs. They understand on a molecular level how it occurs, but they don't understand why it occurred, how you allowed this disease or illness into your life. And that is where tarot comes in. It lets you know what is unbalanced inside of you that's led to these physical problems. They could be anywhere from headaches to cancer, and we create them all in ourselves. And so the tarot can help us understand that and learn how to heal ourselves on an energetic level, so that we prevent these things from happening ever again. And I have a physical, whenever I feel any physical problems, I do a reading for myself, and I learn right away how and why I manifested it into my life. So it's been so beneficial in that respect. So any physical problems that you may have. What is this one called? This is called the, oh man, now I've forgotten the Modern Spellcasters. The Modern Spellcasters Tarot, and we've got Death. And death here represents coping with or creating change. It's a great way to utilize a tarot. Is the death card is about change. It's not about dying, although it can mean that. But when you think of death, you think of just a transition and great change in the life of somebody. And that's what tarot can really help us with. Not only can it help us to create the changes that we want to create in our lives, but it can also help us deal and cope with the changes that are currently happening, or have happened, or are going to happen. And so tarot is great at understanding what change means, understanding, if a lot of people get very nervous or sad or depressed or angry or fearful of change, and the tarot can definitely assuage those fears, because it lets us know what this change means, where we're headed, where this change is leading us, what caused this change. And it just, that kind of clarity in a time that is so turbulent and confusing has been so beneficial. It's just helps so much. So if you're ever confused about what's going on, the tarot is the way to go, and it will help you to understand the changes that are happening in your life. And as well, like I said, if you want to create change, tarot is a great way to do that. It'll let you know what you need to do in order to create the change that you want, and the best energies to embody, and the best way to go about things. So change is definitely the time when most people will go to tarot. They'll seek out tarot because change is so confusing, and the tarot is so clarifying, right? Okay. Next, we're gonna look at the Llewellyn Classic, and we've got the Devil. Ooh. To me, the Devil means here shadow work. Shadow work. All of us have this light side and this shadow side, and the shadow side is full of our addictions, our fears, our worries, our self-destructive behaviors. And the tarot not only helps us to understand these shadow aspects of ourselves, but it also helps us to transmute them and learn from them, and do away with them through positive change. You know, a lot of people will suppress their shadow aspects and they won't really look at them. But the beauty about tarot is it brings up those shadow aspects and it confronts you with them. You have to look at them. And, you know, when you suppress something, it's just going to grow until it explodes. And tarot says, no, we're not going to allow that to happen. We're going to bring it to the surface. You're going to look at it and you're going to do something about it. So, yes, that sometimes tarot can be very confronting. And it's like, oh, I wasn't ready to hear all that. Okay? But it's for the highest good. It's beneficial to you. Because, like I said, when you suppress something, that is the worst thing you can do. You know, if you want to get rid of it, because it's just going to multiply, and you don't want that. And the tarot is going to help with that. Also, if you're intentionally looking at shadow work, if you're really trying to see what shadow aspects are inside of you, tarot is great for that. It can tell you where you are, you know, where your negative energy is, where your negativity lies, and tarot has been great for that for me personally. All right, the next card we're going to look at is from Tarot of Pirates. Arr! And we've got the Moon Matey. This is one of my favorite moon cards. And the moon card to me is, it shows you what can't be seen. So this sort of goes with shadow work in a way, but so many of us are navigating through this life on a very limited conscious level. And we're just we're listening to the ego mind, and we're not really sure, you know, about anything other than what our five senses perceive. And the moon card here shows me that, you know, tarot is about seeing what cannot be seen otherwise. It's a way to glimpse into the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional energies and see what's going on around us that's not within the confines of our limited visible light spectrum, basically. And so a great reason to get a tarot reading is if you're just not sure of something and you want to have more clarity on your vision, or more vision and clarity on your quest, right? The tarot is a great way to do it. It'll bring up things that you weren't expecting. It'll bring up things that you didn't know were there. And how valuable is that? You know, you're not even going to get that from a therapist, right? A therapist can only bounce off, you know, tell you what they think about what you say, but tarot is going to look down into your deep subconscious, deep within you, look at things that you didn't know were there and bring those up, and that is entirely invaluable. So if you don't have a question for the tarot, maybe you can ask the tarot, what am I not seeing? And that is a great way to learn about yourself and learn where you're headed on this journey. And if you don't like where you're headed, you can make the changes and do some great work in your life. So yes, the tarot is great for bringing up things that you didn't know were even there. Next, we're going to look at Tarot of a Moon Garden. Almost done. The second to last one. We've got the Two of Swords. And tarot is absolutely phenomenal if you need to make a decision. If you're not sure about which way to proceed and you're on the fence about something, the tarot is perfect. It can weigh the pros and cons. It can look at the unseen aspects of the situation that you haven't looked at. It can look at what your deepest desires and help you to understand your true motivations. Because a lot of the time when we're on the fence about something, it's our ego that's kind of battling itself. This would be the most beneficial because of this. No, this would be better because of that. And that's just the ego battling. But the tarot can show you what your true motivations are, what your emotions are saying, what your heart is saying, what your soul wants you to do. And once you learn what your soul wants to do, that's decisions become a lot easier, right? And tarot is great for bringing that up and showing us those underlying elements that oftentimes we overlook when trying to make a decision. So great. Tarot, for me, this has been one of the greatest things. If I don't know whether I should go to that party or not, I'll bust out a tarot deck. If I don't, and it could be something as insignificant as that, or it could be something much larger. Do I get this job or that job? Do I move here or move there? And anything from the mundane to the completely life changing. I wouldn't make any big decision in my life without first consulting the tarot. And it's not necessarily, the tarot says this, I'm going to do this. That's not necessarily the way it works. But the tarot is going to help you, give you all the information you need to make the decision. Because it is you making that decision, but the tarot is going to give you all the info that you need to make it. It's not just going to say, do this is the best. And then you're going to say, okay, I trust these pieces of cardboard. No, the way it works is tarot says, okay, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know, and I'm going to give you all the information you need to make that decision. So tarot, beautiful in that respect. The last one we're going to look at is there's two more, sorry. Super 8-Bit Tarot. And we've got the Lovers. Oh, I don't have to tell you guys. Probably the most requested tarot questions are about love and romance. And tarot is perfect for this. It was so well suited for this. If you're going through a breakup, tarot is, it tells you everything you would want to know, whether the relationship was meant to work out or how you can fix it or if it's worth fixing. If you're looking for a partner, tarot can tell you what qualities to look for in a person and how to attract the person, where to find a person. It can tell you about yourself and what you're really looking for and what you need in a relationship. And if you're in a relationship, it can tell you, what needs to be more balanced. And there's just so many aspects of love and romance that tarot can look at. I couldn't even possibly begin to name them all. But if you're having relationship issues, and this could also be with friends or family, if you're having relationship issues, tarot is going to sort those things out real quick. It's going to get things very clear for you so that you'll learn if you're compatible with another person or not, or whether that person is worth trying to be compatible with. Oh man, there's just so many aspects. I could never possibly. I'm struggling to think of. There's so many. I don't know. Okay, so the Lovers. Romance, perfect for tarot. If you're going through romantic struggles, consult a tarot reader or a tarot deck if you read yourself. And there's just so much to learn about yourself and about other people in your life and your relationships. And the last card we're going to look at is from the Hobbit Tarot, and we've got the Two of Coins. The Two of Coins represents the day-to-day stuff. I talked about doing a daily reading. I do it every single day, and it really gives me insight into the upcoming day. I talked about dream work, right? If you're having any dream issues, it'll tell you what those dreams meant. But anything that occurs on a day-to-day basis, tarot can definitely help you with. Now, you don't want to be pulling out your tarot deck for every decision you make. Should I have cereal or pancakes, right? No, that's not necessarily what tarot's for. But if you're having a problem in your day-to-day thing, maybe you don't understand the motivations of a person, you can do like a Celtic cross on another person. It'll tell you generally what that person is thinking, feeling, and as it relates to you. And you can definitely learn some insights into just daily stuff, like what people are thinking and what their motivations are. And just any little minutia of the day can definitely be examined by the tarot and really help you to gain clarity on your path for that day. All sorts of different things. Like I said, if you have to make a minor decision, tarot is great for that. Anything that you can think of on a day-to-day basis, tarot is great for. Okay, so there's 10 reasons that you should seek out a tarot reading. Like I said, guys, there's so many different reasons to get a tarot reading. I mean, it's just endless. Any question that you can think of, I'm pretty sure tarot can, a good tarot reader will help you formulate a question that's going to answer it, right? To give you the answers that you seek and desire. So, I highly encourage you guys to go, if you've never had a tarot reading, maybe, there's very cheap ones out there. Some people charge as little as $10, $5 even, and you can get some insight into your life. I do offer tarot readings. If you want one from me, you can, or at least, go check out my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card. And I offer video tarot readings, so you get the whole visual and audio experience. And we have like a one-to-one reading. It's not in real time. I record it and I put it on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it whenever you want. And it's definitely been fun, and it's been eye-opening. It helps a lot of people in that way. I offer a wide range from as little as $10 for a 3-card reading to $35 for a full 45-minute reading. And so I would appreciate if you go check out my Etsy shop, and if you have any of the problems listed, we can get to the bottom of it. I can help you formulate a question that's going to give you as much insight and clarity as you can possibly stomach. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you can think of any other reasons to get a tarot reading, put those in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate it. If you like this video, give it a little like. I would appreciate that as well. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I release these videos quite regularly. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a like if you did. Happy taroting. Peace.